This is an article that came out in UPI November 5th, 2018. Melanoma deaths up among men globally, not women. So it has really remained the same type of level for women, but for men, it's actually going up for skin cancer deaths. Melanoma skin cancer death rates in men are on the rise in most countries, and it's really big in the developed countries. The ones that claim they're advanced, yeah, they have the worst rate of cancer, skin cancer, but are stable or declining for women, and some according to a new study. Researchers analyze World Health Organization data from 33 countries between 1985 and 2015. Melanoma death rates in men were increasing in all but one nation. All 33 countries, melanoma death rates were higher for men than for women, the study found. Between 2013 and 2015, the highest 3-year averages were in Australia, 5.72 melanoma deaths for every 100,000 men, and 2.53 per 100,000 in women. And in Slovenia, 3.85 per 100,000 for men and 2.58 in women. Japan had the lowest rate of melanoma deaths at 0.24 per 100,000 deaths for men and 0.18 for women, researchers reported. The Czech Republic was the only country with a decrease in men's melanoma death rate, with an estimated annual drop of 0.7% between 1985 and 2015. Israel and the Czech Republic had the largest decreases among women, 23.4% and 15.5%, respectively, over the period according to the study. The findings are being presented at the United Kingdom's National Cancer Research Institute annual conference in Glasgow, Scotland, November 4th through 6th. More research is needed to understand factors underlying the trends. According to study author Dorothy Yang, a doctor at the Royal Free London NHS Foundation Trust, there is evidence that suggests men are less likely to protect themselves from the sun or engage with melanoma awareness and prevention campaigns. There is also ongoing work looking for any biological factors underlying the difference in mortality rates between men and women, Yang said in a meeting news release. The major risk factor for melanoma is overexposure to ultraviolet radiation, either from sun exposure or from using sunbeds. Despite public health efforts to promote awareness of melanoma and encourage sun-smart behavior, melanoma incidence has been increasing in recent decades, she said. Poulam Patel, chairman of the NCR Skin Cancer Clinical Studies Group, said effective strategies are needed to accurately diagnose and successfully treat patients. The study results suggest melanoma will continue to be a health issue, he said. Research presented at meetings is typically considered preliminary until published in a peer-reviewed journal. Well, in my opinion, it's higher in the men because men do more outside jobs. And the more you see them doing outside jobs, the higher the risk. You have people that do road construction, they're out there all day long in the sun. And you see people that do jobs like construction, police officers, anybody that has an occupation like your mail carrier that's out in the sun for long periods of time. A lot of those people tend to have a higher risk of skin cancer. I was astonished to find out that many of these men that worked in construction, a lot of them die early. A lot of them do not make it beyond their 60s. And I was really surprised when I was reading that. But yeah, I think their bodies just get so torn down. And on top of that, the skin cancer and everything they develop, it just leads them to that early death. So I guess now I know why they get so much money. They get so much money, but they have to endure a much shorter life expectancy too. But these articles are coming out. Here's another one that came out in Newser: skin cancer deaths spike for men in developed world. And it's pretty much saying a lot of the same things, but in this one it says 8 of 18 countries in men increase by at least 50% over 30 years. And they found that melanoma rates were found to have doubled in places like Ireland and Croatia, while Spain and Britain reportedly saw jumps of 70%. So they went up even more in those countries, with the Netherlands just behind them at 60%. These are all increases. Researchers found that men in France and Belgium saw a 50% increase. While the US was not part of the study, the CDC reports 25% increase in mortality rate for men. So why men and not women? Experts believe men are less likely than women to use sun protection. And that very well may be the truth. I say it's a combination of that and the fact that they work outside more, and they have professions where they're outside a lot more than women. But you can tell me what you think of these articles. They all came out on November 5th, and I'll leave the link to both of these articles in the description box. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.